today I'm going to revisit a few things that we need to look at in our farm. So I shot this video here, sometimes back about what do we call maize farming, how you can harvest bumperly your maize on your farm. And one of the things that I forgot to do is I forgot to give you guys an update of how it went on my end in terms of my harvests for last year. So we had a good harvest last year for maize in our farm, and also the previous year we had a good harvest on the farm. Now, one of the things that I will want to do probably later on is I will be shooting a video showing you some other things like top dressing on the farm and second weeding, because I showed you the pre-weeding video. We have it here again. You'll see the pre-weeding video. So you'll see the pre-weeding video there, and basically this pre-weeding video that I already shot sometimes back, I will be shooting another video where we'll be doing a second weeding, because I didn't manage to do that last year, a second weeding, and I didn't get much harvest that I expected. So I think it will be prudent this year for me not to repeat that mistake. So I will be doing another video where I will be taking you through the second part of weeding, and also I will be doing top dressing. Last year I didn't do top dressing and we still got good harvest. So I am really grateful that happened, because I didn't expect that last year. I didn't expect actually good harvest because I didn't do most of the things because funds were limited. We were doing other projects. We were doing a tomato farming project, and it's really cash intensive. It was really cash intensive for us. So we opted to probably forgo some things, but we got good harvest. Like we got, I think it was 160 bags for 8 acres there, something like that. So that was a good harvest for me, considering that we didn't input things like we didn't do top dressing, we didn't do second weeding and all that stuff. Okay, so today, well, I was going through the farm here in the city. We have a small garden, okay, and I have a video also up here. Go and watch that video, it's very informative. So when I was going through that farm, one of the things that I saw was that we had infestation of pests on one of the small plots of maize that we have here. It came to my mind, why don't I then show you some of the things that may hinder you from achieving that? Okay, what are some of the things that may hinder you from achieving that? And one of the things that I will be looking at today are pests and diseases mainly, but mainly pests that will affect your maize. Okay, mainly pests that will affect your maize, and these will hinder you from achieving your target of around 30 bags per acre. Once you are able to manage pests and weed control, then you are really on the road or on the highway to good and bumper harvest. Okay, one of the things that you will notice is in Kenya we don't have, I've not experienced myself a lot of diseases for the maize. I've just seen a few fungal infections on my maize and all that, and that is probably one or two maize. It's not affecting like the whole farm. So I think maize is a little bit hardy in terms of diseases, but one of the things that you need to look at are pests. So let's get going to our pests video. Now this will be very informative video, and it will have a lot of I think scientific words, but I will try and actually just simplify everything. Okay, get your pen and paper. I have mine here, or you can actually pause the video and you can even bookmark it, save it to watch it later and all that. And before I go there, please, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please go and subscribe to our channel. share our videos, like, and post in your comments. Actually, in this video, post your comments on what you think, or some of these probably pests that I did not cover, and I will be able to share with you information about that and how you can control them. Okay, let's go. Number one, one of the notorious pests in maize farming is stem and stalk borers. Oh my goodness, that one pest is really dangerous. Okay, is extremely dangerous, and it's dangerous in these terms like, they once they start laying, once the larva develops, then you're in a big, when it changes to larva stage, you're in a big problem. You may encounter losses up to 70% of your yields, between 10 to 70%. And I've seen that in this small farm that I have. Also, I've seen it in my other farm where I did the green maize. Based on my experience, once you do too early or off-season planting, when there is no rain, this is the time that it will affect your maize. So stalk borers, totally dangerous. There are different kind of stalk borers. One of the most notorious one is the African stalk borer. How do you control this? The way you can control this is by doing not very early planting, like the dry planting season, where a period you plant earlier. Okay, you plant like probably like this year on my farm I planted in April. That was an early planting, which is a good thing because I didn't get the infestation of that, because by the time the maize can be attacked now, by that time the rainfall will have, you can be able to do that. Don't do pre-dry season planting if you don't have control in mind. If you do that, then you should have pest control in your mind and how you're going to control that pest. Okay, the other thing that you need to do, if you have frequent infestation of stalk borer, then one of the things that you need to do is field sanitation. The other thing you need to do now, if this section you've noticed is being affected a lot, then do crop rotation. That is a very important thing for you to do. And then you can do, instead of going through all these hassles, you can plant desmodium. Okay, when you plant desmodium in between your maize, then that one ideally chases away the stalk borers. And then you can apply Theodan 3.5G or ambush 0.5% or buildup at 2 kg per acre. You can reach out to your agrovet. They can be able to provide you these medicines that I'm giving you, or whatever they're called. Forgotten the name. And they'll be able to guide you through on some of the options that are available there. So that one helps you a lot. Take this as a slight advice. Also, I think planting, what I've noticed in my farm is when I plant sections that I've planted napier grass, basically on the furrows, zile mtaro za shamba. If I plant napier grass there, then I don't get infestations for maize stalk borers and armyworms. Okay, I don't get that. Well, that is my experience. I used to have it, then when I did that planting, I didn't get that. So, but I don't know if that, but I've had it actually helps. I will share this information in the description, so don't worry about cramming the name of the of those medicines. I'm calling them medicines. I don't know. That word has disappeared from my mind. So, okay. So number 2 is maize aphids. Okay. It's from Rapholocimnifium smidis, something like that. So they are soft dark green and bluish in color insects. Okay, so these aphids can cause yellow molting of leaves in your farm. Okay, so the control is spray with dimethoate, something like that. Or alpha or karate. So those are some of the medicines that you can be able to get. I don't know why I'm calling them medicines. Yeah, just figure. Anyway, let's keep it that way. So that's what you're going to use. Okay, Then the other thing, which is very common, and especially again when you do early, off-season planting, I've seen this, is termite. Those things are those things are really crazy. So they cause total defoliation of your maize seedlings, and they are really bad. I saw this last year. They are really bad on older maize. Okay, once the maize has the stems of the maize are really strong now, they have started yielding maize, so they can actually make the maize fall down. And I saw a lot happening in my farm. Okay, and they can even now, once they start being on your maize farm, one of the things is that it will also start affecting other plants. It will start eating. I saw mine, it ate the stems or the roots of my avocado and all that. So it's really dangerous once it starts. So the earlier you eliminate it, the better. Okay, so to destroy termites, you need to figure out where the queen is. Okay, and apply termite killers or actually destroy or burn that place. Okay, and you can use things like tamidol, imaxi seed dressings, and Marshall 35 ST. So you can apply that, and that may be able to assist you. Then we have the other pest that you need to keep an eye on is maize weevils. This one is really bad because especially when you are storing your maize for a longer period of time in your store, as you are waiting for the prices to skyrocket. Okay, like right now, if you are the guy who is storing that, and this one probably may affect also not farmers or even these middlemen, and it may affect their yield, especially if you're a farmer and you're storing that, because you know maize is measured in weight. Achana watu wenye wanauza gorogoro and all that, no, forget that. Is measured in weight, so this will affect the weight of your maize, so it will reduce the yield probably by around 10% of what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get 90 kgs, to 10% of that, that is karibu 9 kgs you will be losing. Okay, that is plus the moisture content that you'll be losing as the maize continues staying in your storage. So this is one of the other most important pests that you need to take care of. And I would recommend this. For you to get to control this, you need to do very early harvesting. That means when you've planted early, then you'll harvest. Don't wait for other people to harvest. Harvest yours early, then start storing it, dry it well. Once it's completely dry, then clean it. Ensure that it's extremely clean. Your maize is clean. Don't put with all those husks and all those maize germs and all those other things. Okay, so ensure that it is extremely clean. And then I wouldn't recommend applying medicine. I won't recommend that. What I would recommend is find these storage bags. There are these storage bags. They are double layered storage bags, and I think 200 shillings each. I bought, I think 5 of them last year for the maize that for my own home consumption. The maize that I sold, I actually sold it without applying that. So what I'll recommend is for you not to apply that, because you are applying substances on products that you're going to consume. So if you can avoid that, then the best thing is using those plastic bags where you seal them. It's totally sealed. You seal them, you tighten them the way you tighten your maize silage and all that in your bag. Ensure that no air gets in, and that is the perfect way to store your maize. Okay, but if you can't get that, because if you have like 5,000 bags of maize, you cannot do that. Okay, you cannot go buying 200 shilling bag, okay, to store your maize. So if you are a large scale farmer, the best thing you can apply is, once you've shelled your maize, okay, and you've removed the dust, you've removed the chaff, okay, you can apply Actelic Super, Sumikombi, Scanner super grain dust, Spinto dust, super malpa dust at a rate of 50 grams per 90 kgs. We have another culprit here. They are called the larger grain borer. This one also is not, it attacks your maize on your storage as well. Both the adults and the larvae of the beetle feed on grains. They are brought in by maize cobs from the field and all that, and when you store them, they lay their eggs and they're able to, because once you store the maize before you start shelling them, of course you need it to dry a little bit. There is that warmth, because it's the maize is producing CO2 and there's that heat. Okay, so that heat makes a very good environment for the beetles to lay these eggs. Once they lay eggs, so now the larvae, when they're growing, they are really dangerous also. And also one of the other things is they start attacking even your store. So probably your storage facility, it's a wooden store, then it will start attacking that. Okay, so how to control this is, once you harvest your maize, is ensure that you leave your maize to dry completely before actually you send it to the store. Once you harvest your maize, let it dry properly. You can also use chemicals, and acrylic will work. That's the dust chemicals, that is the acrylic super. So combi again works, Scanner super grain dust will also work, Spinter dust will work, and super malpa dust will work. Apply 50 grams again per kg on your maize. So once you apply these chemicals, they'll still sort out the weevils. Okay, so they'll sort both the weevils and yes. The other thing is also there is an acrylic grain where you can spray them. You can actually liquefy it and spray it as a liquid on the grain store. So you apply it on your store, put it in your knapsack, spray, koroga very well, mix it very well, then spray it in your store. So until there, guys, I think this video, I don't want it to go for a very long time. I hope this video has been helpful to you. These are some of the things that you can do to be able to ensure optimum yield in your maize farm. So planting your maize is one thing. Okay, planting them in your maize is one thing. Ensuring it's safe or it's free of diseases and pests is another thing, because those are some of the things that cumulatively add to your output. And we know maize output, planting maize is really expensive, and I'll be taking you through some of the things that you can look at in ensuring that you have a good return on investment. You have a 2 point something, 3 point something ROIs in your maize farming. Okay, once you start doing maize farming. So please feel free to share this video with someone else. It may be helpful to them. I will share the details of these chemicals and all these things in the description of this video. So until next time, guys, please take care, stay safe, and please subscribe, share, and comment on this video. Until next time, bye bye, see you.